Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob from Westlake, Ohio, and Naples, Florida. Dr. Bob, I suffer from hyperthyroidism, and my doctor wants to put me on this drug, a tablet every day for 2 months. Now, you mentioned you're 57, you have multiple chemical sensitivities, and you want to help your thyroid naturally. We have helped, and we have a protocol for hyperthyroid. I would probably need to know a little bit more about what's going on inside of your body, like what are you eating, what's your lifestyle like. All of those impact how a thyroid responds. You might be having a food sensitivity or hormone imbalance. So you may consider scheduling a personal consultation with me and or read my book on either female or male hormonal health. It'll help improve your understanding of how the thyroid works. Great question. I just need to know a little bit more. Dr. Bob, bovine bile, how do you know if you need it or not? Typically, if you had your gallbladder out, and I talk about this in Dr. Bob's Guide to Prevent Surgery, I have a chapter on gallbladder. And we talk about bovine bile because when you have your gallbladder out, it is the reservoir of bile. So if you eat some food that has fat in it, your liver still will make the bile, but you don't have a reservoir of bile. So anytime that anybody comes into the office, we encourage, and we use a product called Beta Plus. You want to take it with a meal, especially a fatty meal. So your body needs bile, and I have also discovered over time when you have your gallbladder out, you have a greater chance to have other health challenges because you're not emulsifying fat as good as you could. This was an interesting question. Dr. Bob, if I eat shredded vegetables like carrots and broccoli and beets, they can come up unchanged in my stool. Beans and corns end up unchanged also, and you wanted to know what to do about it. It's very interesting, but I would suggest you could use a digestive enzyme. We use a product called Hydrozyme from Biotics Research Corporation. I would take one in the middle of the meal. I also would suggest you may have an OptiChem blood test. It's on our website. I would want to know what your globulin level is. It should be 2.7. That gives me an idea of how many digestive enzymes you may or may not have in your body. And you wanted to know about color. Usually a stool should be brown in color, and it should sink, and if it floats, you might have some gallbladder issues, especially if there's fat around the stool itself. Dr. Bob, what's your opinion about the various extra ingredients found in most supplements? And you mentioned things like microcrystalline cellulose, magnesium stearate, silicon dioxide. You know, I would do my very best to try to get products that have the least number of ingredients in them. You know, there's some people that have issues with this and have side effects with some of those ingredients that you just mentioned. Dr. Bob, you have mentioned to have at least 2 bowel movements a day. What is considered too much or too frequently? You know, I have a colon therapist, and the colon therapist usually suggests at least 2 bowel movements a day. If you start to noticing loose stools, it's very possible that you could have a food sensitivity. That's really important, by the way. If you have mucus in your stools, if you have dark tarry stools, it could mean that you have an ulcer. Looking at your stool does tell us an awful lot. If you have little balls in your stool, it's spastic constipation. I mean, I can go on with it. You know, when you look at your own stool, you learn a lot about what's going on in your body. So, a lot of great questions. Thank you for watching. Pass it on. I'm Dr. Bob DiMaria.